Hey everybody, this is Jason, Jay's Project Garage. Today's a big day. We're finally getting the chickens out of the garage, or out of the shop. Um, my son cleaned them all out, so they're ready to move. Really excited about that. I didn't film anything on yesterday, Saturday, but I got a bunch of stuff done on the electrical stuff on my house, and I trimmed some trees, and what else did I do? Cut all the wood for the new handrail and stuff for my stairs. I tore down I think last year I tore down a barn that was built in the 1800s. Um, it was a really well-known piece of property around here. Everybody knows the name. There's a school named after the guy, and my house is really well known. Um, if I'm out and about and somebody asks me where I live, all I have to do is tell them that I live in the old house, and they know exactly where I live. So it's pretty cool to have something, a historic barn that I'm using in kind of a historic house. So pretty cool. But today I got to mow. I got some pressure washing I got to do. I got to work on the 69. I got, man, and there's always house stuff to do. I mean, I've owned this place for 8 years. I bought it as a repo, and we've been remodeling the entire thing, and I've been doing it all with cash. So I'm into a house that's worth a whole bunch, and I don't have a whole lot in it. I mean, mortgage-wise anyway. So if you can get yourself into that situation, do. But I just wanted to make a real quick video. I'm not going to film anything for the rest of the day. I just want to get some work done. And honestly, my videos only get 4 or 5 views anyway, so it seems like it's kind of a waste of time to slow myself down. But I still wanted to make a video. So, so I was talking to a guy I work with, and he's a Ford guy too, but he was maybe even more involved in racing than I was. I guess he's got a ton of racing parts, Ford parts. So I'm trying to talk him out of that stuff. But if you can get yourself into a situation, like I don't know, it's probably been about 3 years ago or so, a buddy of mine calls me up and said, hey, there's a machine shop over on the west side of Indy that's going out of business, and he wants to sell all of his cores. He said he'd sell all of the Ford cores for $2,000. And that was all the blocks, cranks, brand new sets of pistons and boxes. I mean, intakes. He had just a ton of stuff. That's where a lot of the stuff that's up on the wall came from and up on the shelf. Right? I mean, I have stuff everywhere, but yes. So I went and bought it all, and I think I wound up with 16 blocks and short blocks, and I think there was a couple of complete engines, and I came out really good. That 306 that I was talking about a couple of videos ago that made 341 to the tire, the block and a lot of the parts were in all of that, so that worked out really well. And just putting that together and selling it, pretty much paid for a lot of I think it was about 1,500 bucks that I wound up making on that deal, and it paid for the majority of it. And I sold another engine. I'm into everything I got now for $0. He said he wanted to sell all of his Chevy cores. And I think he said, no, 1,500 bucks for all the Ford stuff and $2,000 for all the Chevy stuff. Big blocks, small blocks, brand new set of Merlin cylinder heads, cylinder boxes, lots of stuff. So I went ahead and bought it, sold some of it off, and now I'm into everything I got for free. Just keep your ears out, because stuff like that comes up all the time. But anyway, I'm working on a deal to try to buy all this Ford stuff, and there's a bunch of it, and there's a lot of really good stuff in there. And then rumor has it that there's another guy not too far from here that's been racing dirt late models forever. Ford guy. Tons and tons of Cleveland parts, Windsor parts, so I'm all over that. I'm gonna try to work a deal, sell off a little bit of it, pay for the lot, and I got stuff sitting on shelves for whatever I want to do. So it could work out. Stick around, because that could be really good. Just a real quick thing for the younger guys. Um, when you get to be my age, it gets harder and harder to find the money to go racing or build a fun street car. Um, Try to do it when you're young. I mean, if you've been married for any length of time, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But it seems like there's always money for the things that they want, but there's never any money for my stuff. So I'm always trying to find a side hustle to come up with some cash. My wife and I are sitting on a pretty good chunk of money, but it's set aside to finish the house. So I'm not even asking for any of it. That and sending $1,000 a month to the college where my daughter is, that takes a big bite out too. So anyway, a lot of guys would say, well, you just need to man up and tell that woman that, you're going to do what you want and you're taking this money for this or that. And I say, I am being a man. I'm making sure that my wife and my kids have everything they need, and then I'll worry about me later. I'll figure it out. But when you're young, you're not married yet, you don't really have a whole lot of responsibilities, work on building something. You start out small, you build it up, and you're setting yourself up for a lifetime of being able to build faster and faster cars or nicer cars, swapping parts, trading, working your way up. Just it's a hell of a lot easier if you start out with something that's worth 20 grand that you've spent the last however many years building, and you can build from there versus being married and having responsibilities and mortgage and car payments and everything else, and then trying to build something that's 20 grand. It's damn near impossible unless you want to credit card it. I make good money. I make really good money, but I've also got 4 kids and 1 in college, and it's rough. So I think when you're young, maybe you don't realize how long life is. You're just thinking about next year or next month or next week. You're not thinking about years from now. So do everything you can to set yourself up for the future. That's really all the advice I got. But I mean, I may video some more today and try to stick it in here somewhere. But I just wanted to pass along a message. I'm sure you guys are getting tired of me talking. The 3 or 4 people that actually watch my videos are probably getting really tired of listening to me talk. But this is me working through, trying to figure out how to make videos, and I've got ideas spinning around on things I want to do, and I'm going to start buying some better equipment, tripods and GoPros, and I'm going to get you guys more involved. So please make sure you like and subscribe. There's a lot of cool stuff coming, and I'm going to video all of it, and I think you guys really like it. Even if you're not a Ford guy, I'm going to be doing some Chevy stuff too. I'm going to be building a pretty gnarly 391 and hopefully putting it in a Malibu, and we're going to the track with it. It should be a hoot. But if I don't see you guys again, get out in the shop, work on your projects. You have a great day, and I'll see you next week. Okay, I wanted to add some stuff. When I was younger, like I've said in other videos, I was really, really involved with drag racing. Guy had a 69 Camaro Super Gas car, kind of his pit crew, helped him out, and we went in the points championship that year. That was really cool. Was really involved with an alcohol dragster. That was a lot of fun. Big time learning experience. I was involved with circle track stuff, pit crewed for a guy. I mean, I was spending every weekend at a racetrack somewhere, and I had my own car. Ran 8th mile tracks, ran quarter-mile stuff out at IRP. But I was a partier, big time. I mean, going out and drinking with my friends and hanging out, and it seemed like the thing to do. So there was about 5 years there where I didn't really get anywhere. I mean, I wasn't involved with it anymore. Well, then I wanted to get involved again, and the parts were expensive, not like now, but they were, I mean, not as bad as now, but they were still expensive. So I kept telling myself, so I just need to make more money. I just need to make more money. So I'm working on my career, and I'm working on more and more and more. Well, parts started getting more expensive, and then it's just out of reach. I just can't quite get to it. Well, then I wound up getting married, and I wound up having kids, and I keep reaching for it. It keeps getting further and further away. I keep telling myself, I just need to make more money. I just need to make more money, and I'll be able to afford this stuff. And it seems like every time I make more money, the parts get more expensive, and it's just out of reach. Find a hustle. Buy and sell cars. Buy and sell parts. I mean, work your way into something. I'm working myself back into having a lot of stuff, and it's just nickels and dimes. I'll keep coming across deals. I happen to have the cash. I'll go buy it. I'll part it out, or I'll sell it. I mean, I was buying and selling Fox bodies for a while. Had an '86 GT that I got cheap. Came with a bunch of parts. Nice car, fresh paint job, no motor, no tranny, but it came with a bunch of crap. So I'm selling the car, and I got to keep the stuff. I bought a '79 Mustang. Had a 306 in it. Came with an extra engine and some parts. Pulled the engine, kept all the parts, sold the car off, sold the T5, wound up making money on the deal, had parts left over. Bought a Pinto drag car for cheap. At the time I had a buddy that ran a wrecker service, so he was coming across crap all the time, and if it was a Ford, I was the first call. Work your way into it. Don't think that if you can't build a $50,000 car or a $100,000 car, or if you can't do what Cletus McFarland does, or if you can't do what the other guys on YouTube do, then it's just not a good time. Well, watch 50 Tussin. Watch Tony's Garage. Watch the guys that are figuring out how to do it without a whole lot of money. Those are the guys that I relate to. It's not the $30,000 race engines, and it's not the $100,000 cars, and it's just, that's not the hobby. That's not the whole hobby. It's not. That's just a small percentage of it. The rest of us are out here scraping by, doing the best we can with what we got, using stock parts that people will say won't work, and making them work. That's what this channel is going to be all about. I'm never going to do a high dollar build. But it's going to be just as much fun, if not more. I mean, Spider Garage, that's another one you need to watch. I mean, that's a father-son fairy tale. They started out with a Monza, built a small block Chevy for it. You could tell they weren't real super experienced, had a lot of problems with it, worked through it, went up LS swapping it, and the car is just, it's really cool. I mean, a community of car guys came together and built that. I mean, there is so much pride in that. I'm going to build a power tour car, and it's not going to be holy shit super nice. It's going to be cool. And I don't know if I'm going to use the 91. I don't know if I'm going to use the 65. I don't know if I'm going to use one of the other. I don't know if I'm going to wind up getting something else. I mean, I don't know. But it's going to be something for my son and I to do. You know, he turns 11 this month. He's starting to show some interest in cars and stuff. So, you know, I don't know if he may never be like me, and that's perfectly fine. Everybody has to find their own way. But if I can teach him something, then I'm going to try. So I think that's probably it for this video. Like I said before, get out in the shop and work on your project. You have a great day, and I will see you next week.